Hi there! Welcome to Carry Comfort Studios. My name is Wes Franks. I'm the creative director and founder of this Twitch channel, as well as a non-bearded person now. I also have pronouns that are he and they. You can use those interchangeably. And you are watching Carrying Comfort News. I am joined by a very lovely person as well. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Zoe. I use they, she pronouns. You can find me at Twillick43 on all the social medias, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, where I just discovered I look really good with freckles and I can never go back.
Oh God. Oh God.
I'm gonna get the freckle transplants.
You're gonna get the...
I'm gonna get the freckle transplants.
I'm
gonna find someone with freckles and get them to donate them to me.
Okay.
Don't worry about the logistics of it.
Is that how that works?
Probably. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Tattoos. Yeah, I'll get tattoos of freckles. I'll get face tattoos of freckles.
You're making me like... Making me Al Pacino sigh. You know what a good Al Pacino sigh is? Go ahead and get freckle tattoos, transplants. No, it's I'm pretty sure it's transplants, Lucian. How's your week been? How's your week been, Zoe?
It's been a week. It's been a long week. It's been a long week, and I'm glad to have reached the end of it. I'm glad to have reached the weekend. I'm glad to be here with you to talk about news. I'm glad that Lucian and Kay are in the audience watching. Kay is having a freak out.
Yeah.
About you shaving, which is fair, I guess.
I guess. Well, this is kind of the reason why you got to watch the programming, because you never know. I might shave, I might not. Who knows? You get something new every time. Yeah. And so if you watch this, you get ahead of everybody else.
Yeah.
So now everybody else, when we watch wrestling later tonight, is gonna find out that I shaved. Mm-hmm. But you found out first.
Yeah.
Doesn't this feel like an exclusive?
It is an exclusive, and you could have found out even earlier if you were at the $50 Patreon tier, where Wes informed everyone at that tier that they were going to be shaving.
Ooh.
That's the real exclusive. So everyone should join the Patreon or up their donation to the $50 tier so you can get the real first look at Wes's shaving habits.
There you go. There you go. Is that something that we need to make on a tier, is my shaving habits?
People want to see more Wes. We got to give them more Wes.
That's right. I think just to acquiesce everybody's more Wes demands, because, God, I don't want to... I watched an interview with Markiplier earlier today. Anthony Padilla interviewed Markiplier. It was a 30-minute interview. It's obviously heavily edited, because that's how Anthony Padilla does his interviews. He heavily edits them, so they're fast and they're fast-paced and everything like that. And it got very sad at one point, because I don't know if you know this, but Markiplier has had a very sad life.
I kind of know that. I've heard bits and pieces, yeah.
Just a very, very sad life. And he talks about how he's like, I'm a crying meme now because I was crying on a video, and people don't realize why I was crying on this video. People thought, oh, it's because I hit 6 million viewers or like subscribers or something. He's like, no, I was crying because I can never have a personal connection with anybody ever again. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that at all. Yeah. Can you imagine having a camera on your entire life? It's depressing.
No, it sounds honestly extremely miserable, and people are like, I want to be super famous forever. I'm like, fucking why though? Fucking why though? You know who's really famous? Hey, you know who's quick story time. You know who got really famous?
Who?
My roommate from college.
True.
You know where that got him? When people watching him 24/7 and it being a whole fucking news story, when he may or may not have been with another girl. I don't even know, because it was all rumors and conjecture, and I didn't pay attention to it because he's my friend. But that's what being famous gets you. It gets people prying into your personal life, taking pictures of you. It's I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't need people following me around taking pictures of me wherever I go.
Oh goodness,
sounds gross.
And you know what people do need?
What?
They need the news, but you know what they need before the news?
What's that?
They need to have us read this ad copy. Zoe, do you want to go ahead and kick us off by reading off our ad copy?
Would love to. Let me just...
We can alternate. We can share the
burden.
burden.
Pull that bad boy up real quick, even though I pretty much know him by heart. Our first sponsor, and hello, Miss Petty Dreadful. Hello, Firefly Systems. Hello, Zeke. Hello. Welcome to the news. Our first sponsor is Callow. Callow Energy is a game-focused plant-based supplements company that we have partnered with and I use in my daily life. I use Q-Focus to help me stay focused during streams like this. I am actually out and I'm waiting for my next order. I ran out last week and the order was my fault. I ordered later than I should have and I knew I was doing that, but also my brain is a sieve, and that's just how it goes sometimes. But Q-Focus is really great. It does really help me stay focused. Q-Sleep is also really great, especially because I'm just fucking, up and down all day, and it helps me make my body do what I need it to do. Because God knows it's not going to do it on its own. So Q-Focus and Q-Sleep are big helps for that. They also have Q-Energy powdered energy drinks to give you a boost without the crash, like most energy drinks give you. You can use code COMFORT at checkout to get 10% off. You can find that in the chat right here or in the About section.
Fantastic. My brain is a sieve and my body is a cage, but you know what's not a cage? Dice Envy. If you're ever looking to grab some dice to fill your coffers, then consider using our referral link in chat and an About section to grab a very special set from Dice Envy, just for you or for others. Dice Envy provides high-quality handcrafted dice at a very reasonable price, but they don't just offer dice. They also provide dice trays, dice bags, dice cases, and more. Make sure to use code COMFORT at checkout as well so you get 10% off of your order. And go ahead and get 10% off of your order and get you a nice set of dice that isn't from a company that's going to try to cheat you in a Kickstarter or, try to give you some bunk dice and say that, it's worth the price that it is. And I'm like, why did I pay $30 to $40 for this set of dice even though they look like total crap? And it's like, oh, probably because I got dice from this company that has 8 phalanges coming from it. That talks about a mythical sea beast. That's where they get their name from.
Yeah, the
and
giant
I should have just
squid
ordered
dice.
from Dice Envy. Yeah, squid dice, exactly.
Squid dice.
Squid
We all
dice.
know it.
Yeah, don't order squid dice. Order Dice Envy dice. There you go.
Hey, you know what won't give you a bad product and mislead you on its Kickstarter? 1985 Games. 1985 Games are the creators of Dungeon Craft, an affordable way to upgrade campaigns from hand-drawn maps to stunning visual worlds. Unlike many terrain solutions on the market, Dungeon Craft is priced to allow any gamer to upgrade their campaign with over 1,000 cut-out pieces without having to spend the equivalent of a dragon's hoard. Once again, you can use the link in chat or in the About section to get 10% off at checkout for Battlemats miniatures and their new deck of stories. I make that comment about the Kickstarter because they did just recently have a Kickstarter that we partnered with them with. It is over now, but I just filled out my survey recently, and I know a lot of people did too, and I'm very excited. I got the really sick Cosmic Galaxy looking dice that were at the end of it, the brightly colored ones.
Oh, the plasma one?
Yeah,
Or,
the plasma.
yes.
I think it was the plasma ones. I'd have to go back and
Nice.
check because, again, Steve Brain, don't remember the exact name, but they look so sick, and I'm so excited.
Yeah. I just finished mine one out too. I filled my one out. I filled my one out too. Hi. I know word good. Good word go real good in my brain. That's
Here.
not a sieve.
How about...
but-
Oh, go ahead.
But yeah, I filled mine out too, and I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I believe I got the red, like the kind of like bloody red one, because I don't have like a really good set of bloody red dice.
Mhm.
You know, like I'm like a horror aficionado or whatever the fuck you want to call me. That sounded a lot more aggressive than I did to be.
That's all right. How about? Hey, Wes, can I hit you with my first piece of video game news?
Bet you won't.
I bet I will. This is I'm going to be honest, out of everything we're probably going to talk about today, this is the thing I am most excited about.
Okay.
Behavior has officially announced the Dead by Daylight dating sim, along with a number of exciting updates for the Dead by Daylight 4v1 horror game. I Love You, Colonel Sanders developer PsyOp is working on the visual novel, which is called Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim. Instead of desperately trying to avoid killers like the Trapper and the Spirit, you'll be able to flirt with them on Murderer's Island. Behavior says the stories you'll discover in Hooked on You won't be canon, though they'll offer a blend of humor, romance, and horror. The studio notes that many DVD players have been asking for a dating sim set in that universe. Of course we have. They won't have to wait too long to play it either. Hooked on You will arrive on Steam this summer, so only a couple months to yo. A ton of other DBD news emerged ahead of the game's 6th anniversary, including details about the next chapter called Roots of Dread, which includes a new map called Garden of Joy and a killer called the Dredge, which is this weird amalgam monster that looks super sick. Looking slightly further ahead, Behavior announced a couple more upcoming crossovers, including an unexpected one with Attack on Titan. The first partnership of its kind will soon introduce 10 Attack on Titan-inspired outfits for DBD killers and survivors. Among them are an Eren Yeager skin for Dwight, I haven't watched Attack on Titan, so I may be mispronouncing these, a Hange-inspired look for Zarina, and an Armored Titan outfit for the Oni. In addition, DBD is delving back into the world of Resident Evil with another chapter based on that classic franchise.
Nemesis.
They are going to, more characters from the series will join them later this year as part of the Resident Evil Project W chapter, so we are probably getting classic, mutated monster, whoops, I forgot his name.
Albert Wesker?
Albert Wesker, yes.
Okay, Albert Wesker. Also, people think that Ada Wong and Rebecca Chambers might be survivors that are given us this. We got Leon Kennedy, but also Chris Redfield, because you get a Chris Redfield skin for Leon Kennedy.
Yep,
and then Claire and Jill.
Yeah. Jill Valentine and then the Claire skin for her. I'm very excited for all of this. I love the Resident Evil chapter. I love Nemesis. I'm excited to see more Resident Evil stuff. Because Resident Evil is a very cool game series, which we talked about last week, how much I love Resident Evil, and how much you love Resident Evil, and it's fun to see these things. It's fun to see these things in other games, in other contexts, even when Dead by Daylight can be an extremely frustrating experience. It's fun to see stuff like that.
Goodness gracious me, oh my. That sounds like some fucking fantastic and exciting news. I'm very interested in the Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I have, actually, let me see if I can find, because I saw, some pictures of what the costumes were going to look like.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, let me see if I can find them real quick. I didn't even think of pulling that up, because I saw the armored, Titan for the Oni. Yeah, and it looked really neat. Dang, I can't remember where I saw that anymore.
I'm seeing the Dwight Eren Yeager inspired outfit, but it's like beat the fuck up Eren Yeager. Like right before, spoiler alert, he gets completely fucked up in the series. It happens in like the first 10 episodes. He gets completely fucked up. Just gets fucking dog shit on. And then there seems to be another outfit that seems to be like a scout outfit.
Yes.
Zarina has the Zarina has the Han Zoe outfit. Yeah. That's the only concept that we see right now.
Yes.
So.
I was mistaken. It's not the outfits I saw, but I saw a leak about other characters that will likely be getting these cosmetics. We have Dwight, we have Yui, Kate, Jake, Meg, Felix, Zarina, and Ace for the survivors, and then of course the Oni and the Spirit for the killers.
God, what a time to be alive, you know? What a time to this game. There's times where I'm like, man, I should probably go back and play this game, and then I remember how it made me feel and things that it made me say and do, and I'm like, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I should just be happy for my friends. Maybe that's, you know what, Wes? Be happy for your friends.
Now,
that's the mood we're in.
Let me ask you, are you going to play the dating sim?
I'm probably going to play the dating sim. I'm a big fan of dating sims and visual novels. I love my sexy games. I'm a big fan of the sexy games. I'm not afraid to admit it. Even though there are certain people in my life that have tried to take screenshots of my when Steam outs you to everybody of what you're playing. I've since turned that off. But there used to be somebody that I don't really talk to or spend time with anymore that would screenshot that and send it to me like I was supposed to be ashamed of it. And then finally, I just kind of like leaned into it, and I was like, "Nah, I play all the horny games. I play Love on Top. I play I Love You, Colonel Sanders. Shark Dating Simulator XXL. All this good shit. Like, let's fuck it. Live in your bliss. Own up what you are, and own up who you are and what you do. But also, if you're the type of person that screenshots people and the things that they're doing, you send it to them to try to make them feel bad for themselves, you should go fuck yourself.
Hell
Speaking
yeah.
of going to fuck yourself, the Federal Trade Commission is considering changes to its powers which would allow it to crack down on fake positive reviews or manipulating reviews by suppressing bad ones. Samuel Levine, the director of the Federal Trade Commission's Bureau of Consumer Protection, said, "We are updating the guides to crack down on fake game reviews and other forms of misleading marketing, and we're warning marketers on stealth advertising that targets children. Whether it's fake reviews or influencers who hide that they are paid what they are paid to post, this kind of deception results in people paying more money for bad products and services, and it hurts honest competitors." The new guidelines would also warn social media platforms that host reviews such as YouTube and Instagram that their tools were not robust enough to ensure proper disclosure of paid content and could open them up to potential liability. A revision to the guidelines would now bring virtual influencers, commonly known as VTubers, under the FTC's guidelines, which is wild to me that VTubers were not held under the FTC's guidelines by this point. Holy hell. VTubers, if you don't know, are typically animated characters that are being controlled live by a creator, allowing them to react and emote to live messages and events as part of their stream. One of the most famous one of those is Code Miko, who refers to the creator as the technician, as Miko's technician. Controversial YouTuber PewDiePie, real name Felix Kjellberg, was criticized in 2014 for failing to adequately disclose that he had been paid by Warner Brothers to post positive impressions of Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor. This led to the FTC reaching a settlement with Warner Brothers, which banned them from failing to disclose similar paid content. This was an early case that set the standard for influencer marketing in the US. Laws in the UK are much stricter, with heavy fines in place for influencers found to be paid posting non-disclosed content for which they have been paid. Unlike in most territories, simply placing a hashtag in the description noting that the video is an ad isn't enough. Creators must verbally disclose that the content is paid for by a third party at the start of the video. How do you feel about this?
I think I feel positive. There's definitely, I don't know, there's always a weird hesitation with FTC stuff for me sometimes. But also, I do believe that if something is an ad, we should know it's an ad, or that people are advertising. It's a shitty practice to shell for something that you're being given money for and not disclose that. I agree with the idea that just placing a hashtag saying something's an ad isn't enough, because it's very much a kind of a sneaky way to throw it in there without calling too much attention to it. I've been seeing a lot of that on TikTok lately with creators. Creators I really like, and hey, I have no problem with them advertising for things. I'm glad they're getting money for stuff because they're talented people. It's why I follow them. But it's also a little weird to realize something you were watching was an ad without knowing.
I typically keep an eye out for, because Twitter, they do a good job of it. They tell you that it's a promoted tweet. And then you have to be a little bit more conscious of that on TikTok. You have to kind of look for context clues. Yeah. It does say that it's promoted TikToks and stuff like that, but you have to look out for it.
Yeah.
Which is, something you just got to do nowadays. This is where we're at.
So yeah, I'll be interested to see how far this goes, I guess. How far the revision goes, especially the thing with VTubers. I was surprised that VTubers didn't fall under the FTC's guidelines as well. It's a very strange miss, I guess.
My brain went to a weird place when that said that, because I was like, this whole time I could have been a VTuber, and I could have been considered ungovernable. But now no such case with that. We are now governable. I said we. I'm not even a VTuber. I watch some VTubers, but next news story, Zoe.
Become ungovernable, become a VTuber.
There you go. Exactly.
Oh, God. Okay, the next news story I have for you. Released just a few days ago, update 1.03 for all of the Kingdom Hearts games on Switch, on the Nintendo Switch. seems to mainly add two features. In Kingdom Hearts 3, players can now choose between two performance options, prioritize performance and prioritize graphics quality, which is pretty standard. However, that is not the news story. The news story is part of that update. Now messages on the game selection screen warn you of any server congestion that the titles might be experiencing. If a game you want to play is currently dealing with busy servers, you can still try playing it, but it likely won't be a great experience. While it's nice to know before playing if a game will work properly, yes, it's also kind of terrible that this even needed to be added in the first place, and a solid example of why so many folks aren't sold on streaming games via services like Stadia or Amazon Luna. The problem is, unlike with other stuff like Microsoft's Game Pass streaming, which will allow you to install the games, Square Enix is only selling cloud-streamed versions of the Kingdom Hearts games on Switch. There is no way currently to download and install any of them on your actual console, and considering these versions aren't great even when you can play them and also charge a premium price, it seems like a bad deal all around. And now Square Enix may just tell you to not even play the games you already bought. I pulled this less for this specific instance being newsworthy and more just a kind of an indicator about how bizarre this whole situation is. About I don't know. I don't own any games that aren't like directly installed on my device. I immediately install everything, so the fact that the Kingdom Hearts games or the Kingdom Hearts ports for the Switch are out there, and when you buy them, they're not actually downloaded, you're just streaming them, is already a wild concept to me. And now the fact that half the time, or a majority of the time, it seems you won't even be able to actually play them, the game will tell you it's not even worth your time. Just fucking wildin'. Absolutely.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna play My Friend Pedro if I can't play Kingdom Hearts 2 on my Switch, or I'm gonna play fucking 35 more hours of Animal Crossing instead of, you know, this $60 game that I paid for.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I wonder if this is telling, if this is going to be a deciding factor for Nintendo to go this route with most of their games, or if this is going to be a deciding factor of them to not go this route with their games.
Yeah.
Because cloud technology is very cool, but it is, like much technology that's being forced upon the video game market, it is untested, it's unproven. It's not completely stable yet. So we don't have like efficient standards and practices that comes with it. You know, it's one of those things that you just gotta fucking you're taking a gamble with.
Yeah.
You're taking a gamble.
I wonder if they started implementing it with this, because the Nintendo Switch, of course, has a lot less storage on its own, or even with an SD card, still a lot less storage than you can get on like literally any console. So it makes sense that they would want to explore the option of a game being stream only, but clearly now was not the time for that.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah, I'm gonna say, and just in my own personal life, I mean, I don't have a Nintendo Switch anymore. I was kind of waiting to get a Nintendo Switch for the Advanced Wars game, but seeing how that's been indefinitely put on hiatus, I might wait a little bit longer because I used to have a Switch, but I did not have one. Though I might just not buy one, because I've got a Steam Deck pre-ordered. And all of my mobile gaming is probably going to be handled by that Steam Deck, because I like the idea of being able to play my entire Steam library on the go. That's the thing that when I got a Switch, I was like, I have to buy games for this now. And all the games that I wanted to play were $60 games.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo never puts their games on sale. Because why would they? You know. So that's that's a whole other issue that I have with them. But that's just me, though. That's just me. Interesting. I got some breaking news that just got revealed 3 hours ago. You want it, Zoe?
Yeah, give me that fresh news.
Japanese game developer and creator Suda51 may reveal the next Grasshopper Manufacture game this year. Speaking at the net on the NetEase Games YouTube channel, spotted by Niche Gamer, Suda talked about the future of the studio and what he has planned for the rest of the year. He is quoted saying, "The games we make at this studio, I mean the really, truly cool and all new games, we're going to continue creating them," Suda said. "I wonder when I can announce them. Maybe around the end of the year." Suda went on to say the announcement may end up being next year. We'll see how it goes, adding, "I want to hurry up and show everyone what we're doing." While nothing about the new game is shown, at one point in the video, the camera passes by a computer screen, prominently displaying a helmet from Power Rangers in Space, or as it's known in Japan, Denji Sentai Mega Ranger. As this, so could it be that they're just making a Sentai game at at Grasshopper Manufacture, or are they making a Power Rangers game at Grasshopper Manufacture? Who knows? But if you want to play a Suda51 game, No More Heroes 3 will be released on consoles and PC this fall. You can currently buy it on Nintendo Switch. It was released August of last year, and the new versions will include improved visuals, better frame rates, and faster loading times. It has been called a faithful follow-up for better or worse, saying No More Heroes 3 is exactly what the fans of the series have been waiting for, an authentic sequel that continues the story of Travis Touchdown. If you love the previous games, you'll love this. However, it doesn't offer anything new to improve on the series' flaws. So, this means more Suda51 games. I, for one, am a big fan of this. Are you familiar with Suda51 at all and his wild games that he's designed?
I played a little bit of No More Heroes a very long time ago. And then never went back to it, not because I didn't enjoy it, just because I never got back around to it. But I remember enjoying it. I really love the style every time I see stuff about these games. I really love his style. And Power Rangers is sick. It's been a very long time since I've really consumed any Power Rangers content as well. But yeah. I used to watch a lot of it, actually. I used to watch a lot of Power Rangers. I used to play a lot of Power Rangers games. But obviously, I stepped away from that as I got older. But I'd be really interested to see what kind of Power Rangers or Super Sentai or whatever property it ends up being, what this game ends up being.
What's very cool is the third No More Heroes game has kind of like a Sentai kind of influence on it. So that's what it might be in reference to. But I would very much love, I'm right there with you, I'd love like a Sentai style game from Suda51. I think he's the perfect one for it. You might be familiar with his games. He was the director and writer on Super Fire Pro Wrestling 3, The Final Bout, and Super Fire Pro Wrestling Special, as well as games like The Silver Case, Michigan Report from Hell, Killer 7, The 25th Ward, No More Heroes, the fourth Fatal Frame game, Shadows of the Damned. He also collaborated with American writer-director James Gunn on the game Lollipop Chainsaw, and as well as games like Killer is Dead, Let It Die, which was a Dark Souls kind of clone that he made. And then he also wrote a scenario for Fire Pro Wrestling World that came out 2 years ago. Suda51 is known for making off-the-wall wild games with interesting and original art direction as well as wild concepts. So go ahead and check out Killer 7. Yes, Killer 7 is sick. Killer 7, it deals with a assassin that has DID, and it's like an on-rails kind of shooting game, but it's very, very, like, original, very cool. Shadows of the Damned is great because your body part explodes all over the place. You can get, like, you have your body parts removed and you use them as weapons and your head rolls around, all this different stuff. Lollipop Chainsaw, you play a girl with pigtails and a cheerleading outfit with a giant chainsaw that fights zombies and other monsters. Yep.
Yeah, I remember Lollipop Chainsaw when that game came out. I remember seeing all the ads for it.
Yeah, it's wild. It's got a bunch of weird people and the music is sick. And then Killer is Dead is like a Devil May Cry kind of style game where you play a character named Mondo Zappa. You play through 12 different story-driven missions selected from a world map. There are short linear missions that also there are some that have a lot of exploration. During the missions, you fight using a katana and a cybernetic gun arm. And at some point, you have an over-the-shoulder like camera view. Killer is Dead is very, very sick. I watched the Phasing Octopus Derek stream it on his channel. It also has different missions where you go out with a selection of women to fill up your guts meter. You have to fill up your guts meter to make eye contact with a series of women, and it's wild because they're called gigolo missions. So you apparently, that's the thing, is you're an assassin that's also a gigolo. But Killer is Dead is wild. It's very cool though. Very cool. And then Michigan Report from Hell is like a survival horror game that is not like well known, but you play like a news camera guy for a news report team that starts seeing some strange phenomena, and you have to like go through the levels without running out of tape. So it's some cool stuff. He's got some wild concepts. So yeah, new Suda 51. All right,
Wild.
what do you got for us?
Yeah. Let's see what we have here. Here's my next news story for you and for all the lovely people at home. Activision Blizzard.
Ooh.
Activision Blizzard touted its diversity space tool in a blog post on May 12th, in which it claimed that both the Call of Duty Vanguard and Overwatch 2 development teams beta tested the tool with much enthusiasm, then quickly walked this statement back on May 13 and said the tool is not being used in active game development. A disastrous clip from 2017's Game Developers Conference has resurfaced on Twitter and shows Activision Blizzard's mobile acquisition king demonstrating the tool, meaning the Backlash tour continues. The awkward GDC footage shows a visibly nervous speaker describing the diversity tool's results when applied to Super Mario characters, who she determines to not be diverse based on their apparent straightness. Activision Blizzard...
Wait.
Yep.
You're telling me that Toad isn't a bisexual king?
Apparently Toad is not a bisexual king. Apparently they are all presumed straight.
Straight.
In its too late blog post edits, Activision Blizzard emphasized that the diversity tool was only in beta and pretended it hadn't just said it was using it on current games. The tool was designed as an optional supplement to the hard work and focus our teams already place on telling diverse stories with diverse characters, Activision Blizzard wrote, but decisions regarding in-game content have been and will always be driven by development teams. Activision Blizzard did not state, however, what game developers beta testing entailed, which results a beta test would yield, and how those results might be implemented in under development games like Overwatch 2, if at all. This whole story is very bizarre. First off, have you seen the graphic?
I have.
Have you seen the graphic? Okay.
I have.
It's very, very strange. The article returns to the speech about Super Mario, where the speaker said, "What we noted here is that Mario is short. Like, he's actually shorter than Peach, so we gave him quite a high body diversity score for that." But just the whole way they're trying to commodify these things is very, very, very strange. It goes on to say, the section of Activision Blizzard's blog post on how it works also leaves much explained. There are few details on how the tool actually works. Once it establishes a baseline for typical character traits, which is done by the creative team working closely with diversity, equity, and inclusion experts, says the post, it can then weigh new character designs against it to measure their diversity. The blog post does not detail how a baseline is determined, nor what some typical character traits might be. But on May 14th, game designer Margaret O'Doherty wrote her own post trying to dig into Activision Blizzard's details. How do you order ethnicity? How do you quantify it? More importantly, how do you quantify it without being horrifically racist and introducing your own biases? So what did they do? As far as I can tell, they assigned random numbers that felt right to them.
This makes me feel icky.
It's so weird. It's so weird. It's so gross.
Yeah. When I first saw the announcement, it is wild to me that they are fucking they are trying all that they can to try to cover up the fact that whole company just needs to be like reshuffled from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
There needs to be a full overhaul of this company because everything and this is not saying, I'm not saying that a lot of the standard employees are bad or anything like that, but when you have reports that you have employees stealing feminine employees' breast milk from the refrigerators and all the other stuff that has come out from this company.
It's a bad company. It's a bad company, and we all know it, and everyone knows it, and they know it. And this felt like, what I'm sure in their mind was a wonderful way to regain some public favor, and instead, it has done the exact opposite. If you want, I'm not going to pull up the graphic. I'm not going to pull up the Twitter post. If you want to look up the graphic, you can look it up. It's like the article said, where it becomes a question of, like, how do you quantify this? Like, if, like, how do you quantify it? How do you quantify someone who's, like, black versus Hispanic? Like, how many points is that compared to another? You can't do that. You can't do that without being extremely gross. Or you can't do that without having your own biases about it. Like, it's not something you can put numbers to. It's not.
This reminds me of something. So, it is a big thing now in the TTRPG space and stuff like that. And it's an important thing to do is to seeing, like, when new shows get announced or whatever, how diverse the cast is. Or if it's like a standard, like if it's like all white table, or if there's any queer people involved or anything like that. And there's a group that I know of that made a doc, that made a sheets that just, like, kind of put people in categories and stuff like that, and even that feels gross. Like, even that feels gross. It's like, you shouldn't. I don't know, like, the whole, like, deciding on whether who gets benefits or not just based on these things is that should not just. There's stop it. That is not inclusion. That's not diversity. That's still putting people in fucking rank and file order and rating whether or not they are worthy enough to be on something or be included in something because they check boxes and stuff like that. That's not how you do it. That's
you can tell when people actually regularly try to form relationships and connections with people outside of making these weird charts. I don't know how I know what I'm trying to say. I don't know how to say it.
I got you.
You can tell who makes the effort, because you do have to make an effort. I have to make an effort. I grew up in a very monochromatic place, and I have made the efforts to expand my horizons, and I am always trying to continue to expand my horizons, because it never stops. It never stops. You never reach a point where you're like, okay, I've done it, and I'm the best person now, and I don't need to do any more work. It's constantly work, but it's not making Excel sheets about it.
Yeah, it's not making a graphic or, like, Excel sheets. It's, I don't know, like, getting to know people, making like you said, making positive connections with people, getting in contact with them, growing to know people, like, actually taking genuine interest in their lives and like what kind of person they are and everything like that. It's so much more than that, and until people learn that, we're just fucking, I don't know, throw us in the ocean like a car battery. I don't know. Don't make fucking infographics and shit like that about, like, I don't know. It makes me feel weird.
Yeah.
It makes me feel weird. And I'm very lucky that I grew up in a very diverse part of the country. I grew up in the American South. And people think that the American South is all fully whitewashed. We're not. New England is the fucking most whitewashed place in the fucking country. I'll fucking die to the day. I grew up, like, I have lived with a multitude of different kinds of people. I've grew up living amongst a bunch of people, but I still have biases. I still have fucking privilege and all this shit like that. It doesn't change where I come from or who I am or anything like that. It's just helped me be able to recognize things, and it definitely helped me kind of grow up and kind of have, like, it definitely benefited me from this, but, like, it makes me do the Al Pacino groan. It makes it just, hey. Yeah.
God.
I don't know. You want some good news?
Yes, God, please give me some good news.
Death Stranding sequel seemingly acknowledged by Norman Reedus. in an interview this past week. So, speaking with men's lifestyle site Leo, actor Norman Reedus seems to suggest that not only will there be a sequel to 2019's Death Stranding, but that production has just started on the game. It comes from the middle of a wide-ranging interview where he discusses his time on The Walking Dead, which is coming to an end. Thank fucking God. His friendship with other actors and celebrities, and of course his time working with Hideo Kojima. It doesn't get any more direct than this. After discussing his upcoming book, The Ravaged, as well as the end to Walking Dead, interviewer Ilaria Urbanati mentions Death Stranding, to which the actor replies. Okay, so she says, okay, so you got the book going on, you've got the final season coming out, and then the spinoff, and then you're filming Death Stranding, the video game. And he says straight up, we just started the second one. We just started the second one. It's worth mentioning that the second one might perhaps refer to a different game that he's working on with Kojima or something else entirely. And although a potentially huge piece of information said in 6 simple words, Reedus recounts the story of how Guillermo del Toro introduced him to a guy named Hideo Kojima, and they worked together on the ill-fated Silent Hills project, and went on to talk about how his digital DNA was captured for the game, a process that he has described as complicated and beautiful. There's also more wild, just wild theories and things like that. Because Kojima is very, like... Kojima likes to post a lot of things on his Twitter. He's a great Twitter follower. Go follow Hideo Kojima. He recommends you to great movies and music as well. But he recently posted a thing on Twitter that was a photo of him playing with Ultraman toys, as well as some stormtroopers, and it just says experimenting with the sweaty smile face. So fans think that he is currently working on a new game because he uses toys when working on a game. He uses toys to help kind of his storyboard process and things of that nature. So people are being like, are we getting an Ultraman game from Hideo Kojima? Or we get, it's one of those things. But apparently, no matter what it is, if it's Death Stranding 2 or it's another game, we're apparently getting another Norman Reedus and his incredible fetus involved in a Hideo Kojima game, which I'm very excited about. What do you think about this? Did you ever play Death Stranding, or are you a big Hideo Kojima fan? What do you think about Norman Reedus?
I like Norman Reedus. I like Hideo Kojima. I like both of them. I haven't played Death Stranding because I heard it was a very long game that requires a lot of commitment, which is not something I have a lot of time for, but I've been considering trying to dip into it as my weeks are starting to get a little less busy. I say a little less busy as I quickly replace things as they end with more things to do. But yeah, it's God. I wish Death Stranding was on something portable, so I could play it more easily. I know I could get a Steam Deck. I don't want a Steam Deck. I have a Switch. Put Death Stranding on the Switch, so I can play it at work. Is my 2020 goal, or 2022 goal.
Which oh my God, it's happening again.
If it does turn out to be a Death Stranding 2, that'll probably be the push I need to finally just go do it and just like set aside some time. I don't know, take a week off work and just play Death Stranding, because I've heard it's beautiful, and I've seen the screenshots. It looks so pretty. It looks so soothing to play.
Mm-hmm. It is the soundtrack, the vistas. The story itself is also like it's a game about connection. It's about reconnecting the United States. It came out at a very, very important time, when the pandemic was happening, and like a lot of people kind of like hyped it up too much, and a lot of people like me, and also Oz, another member of the team, and my dear friend Oz, truly fell in love with this game. Truly had a genuine time with it. When I was still the Shred Pirate Roberts, I was doing a no commentary run through of it, where I was just like streaming just the game, no face cam, no mic, just playing the game, because it was just like I wanted it to just be like this calm kind of serene thing. I might play Death Stranding because we have new programming coming out the end of this month and in June, before our July slate of productions start hitting. So I might just play Death Stranding on Fridays. I might just sit here and just like Friday evenings, we start at like 6 p.m. my time, 7 p.m. Eastern, and we just go for like until I just get tired. Don't put a time limit on it, and just like play the game. and people can drop in and drop out and just experience it with me. It's a truly beautiful game, and there's probably gonna be people that are like, blah 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 blah. It's just a walking simulator. No, I don't know why I did like a soft Adam Sandler, like, oh, it's me, Adam Sandler. It's
Adam
a Sandman.
Sandler, famous Death Stranding critic, Adam Sandler.
Yeah. That's my new improv character. That's my new hello, I'm Adam Sandler. It's a Sandman. Here to play some more Death Stranding for you.
God.
Go watch Uncut Gems. There it. But yeah, I'm excited. Whether it's a new, I'm just ready for more Hideo Kojima. Yeah. Every time we've got a show in development that I'm about to start doing some Patreon drops for. I just got to finish doing the trailer for it, and then the Patreon people are gonna see it first, and then everybody else is gonna see it. And then, well, we got some. Don't worry, the Sandman has something fresh for you.
Oh,
Zoe, please help me get away.
Hey,
from the Sandman.
I have one more piece of video game news coming at you.
Okay.
You ever play the Gloomhaven board game?
One time, and I had a lot of fun with it.
Me too. I really enjoy it. Well, the massive dungeon crawler for up to 4 players was massively popular and remains one of the best board games ever made based on aggregated reviews. Gloomhaven was released as a video game adaptation in late 2021. The initial release for Gloomhaven was PC only, which allowed Flaming Fowl Studios, I know how to speak too, to run a lengthy Steam Early Access program. Early Access let the developers take their time and gather feedback throughout the development process. The result now is that Gloomhaven is fully available and has received very positive reviews on Steam. Furthermore, they are now going to bring the strategy game to console in 2023. Details regarding Gloomhaven's newly announced console release are thin for the moment. A short trailer focusing on Gloomhaven's critical accolades ended with a brief message confirming the 2023 console release and nothing more. That means no supported platforms have been announced yet. It's unclear if Gloomhaven will be a next-gen only release, if it'll support the Nintendo Switch, or if Asmodee Digital is targeting all currently used platforms. Only time will tell. I'm going to go ahead and call it now that it's probably not going to be on the Nintendo Switch, considering the limits of the Nintendo Switch as a game console. As much as I would love it, because again, it means I can play it anywhere, especially at work during my downtime, which is normally when I'm able to play games. But I'm super excited for that. Gloomhaven's really cool. It's a board game. It's a board game I haven't gotten to play a lot because it's like $200. I do not own it. Because it's a very expensive game, and I don't have people around me close enough to me to justify buying it. But I played it a few times. Back in the before times, I played it a little bit, and I always really enjoyed it. I never got the PC release. It was always on my periphery. My periphery. Why can't I speak today? It's just one of those kind of Sundays. But a console release would be really cool, especially if it does come out on the Switch. If it comes out on the Switch, I'm definitely going to pick that one up. I might wait to see. I might wait to see what it's announced on, and if it's not coming out on the Switch, I might just suck it up and get it on the PC at that point.
I'll try it out because I've played Frosthaven a bunch. I had a buddy that was like, "Hey, do you want to get into Warhammer?" And I said, "Fuck no, I don't have enough money." And he goes, "Okay, will you play Frosthaven with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, I will," because he had all the pieces and stuff like that. And Frosthaven is great. It's like Gloomhaven, but it's all icy and snowy, and you play rival wizards.
Ooh. That
have hired an adventuring party to secure some treasure. There's different scenarios, but the thing is, you always play a wizard, and you have hired a bunch of people to to work for you, an adventuring party, and you kind of build your adventuring party, and you work against each other. So I'm down to play Gloomhaven if we get a bunch of people that wants to play Gloomhaven, but only if we get a bunch of people that wants to play Gloomhaven. I'm tired of buying games and then having nobody to play them with, because people are like, "I don't like that game. I only play this one game," and I'm like, "Okay, fine, whatever." But yeah, I'm excited for this. It's very fun.
Bless you.
Sorry, that was the Sandman. I I just like that there's just like I shaved, and so now there's this darkness that resides in me that's coming out now, and it's just I'm being possessed by Adam Sandler, and I'm trying to like I'm the one that's keeping him back. That's oh god, where what happens? You know, where do we go when we die? Who knows? I don't know that, but I can tell you some wrestling news.
Yeah, hit me with that wrestling news.
It's time for Keep It Kayfabe, everybody. So if you don't like wrestling, then too fucking bad, because it's my time to shine, all right? It's my time to shine. Great. I don't know who Kate okay, yeah, I don't watch that Saturday Night Live. Okay, first bit of news. Kenny Omega AEW return update. So, Kenny Omega, if you do not know, is the world's greatest wrestler. He's also the former AEW World Champion. He having last appeared for the company at the end of last year when he lost his title to Hangman Adam Page. It's been a long time since AEW fans were able to enjoy Omega live on screen, and a lot of them missed him, and they started to speculate that him potentially coming back for the AEW NGP, New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door pay-per-view crossover show. Though, it is recently reported by Pro Wrestling Insider that Kenny Omega has actually been back with AEW, but he's been in a backstage producer role. He's been producing some of the women's matches, which he's been known to help with and do in the past. However, unfortunately, in the latest update from Wrestling News Observer, Dave Meltzer, it seems that Wrestling Observer newsletter with Dave Meltzer, it seems that we still have no potential time frame for when he'll be back in the ring and performing. The Young Bucks have also teased that when Kenny Omega is healthy, he would return and face Vikingo. There isn't even close to a date set for Omega to return. It is important for Kenny Omega to get back to 100%. The most important thing in a rush return isn't something you should even be considered. Hopefully that 100% will come sooner rather than later. He has now been out of wrestling for around a half a year, with AEW's faithfuls missing him a tremendous amount. If you do not recall, recently, like after he lost the belt to Hangman Adam Page, it came out that Kenny Omega had been wrestling with a bad back, bad knees, also a bad case of vertigo. And so he went into surgery, and he got his back repaired, he got his knees repaired, he got all of his injuries like fixed through surgery, came out on the other side pretty healthy, and he started going in for treatment for his vertigo. But this guy had been wrestling during the pandemic with all of these issues. He'd been putting on 5-star matches against members of the Young Bucks, John Moxley, going to Impact and fighting people like Moose, all these other big wrestlers, going to AAA at AAA Mania and facing against Andrade for the AAA World Championship. All this time while fighting increasingly and dramatically injured. And so people were hoping that with this crossover show that Kenny Omega was going to show back up, either wrestling Vikingo or maybe wrestle Kota Ibushi, something with Kota Ibushi, but we don't know. Also, we don't know because Kota Ibushi might not be with New Japan for much longer. Kota Ibushi has been said that he's very unhappy with the company, and he wants to be released from the company because they have mistreated him poorly, severely in the past, due to his health, also due to being shorted money with merch, as I reported on my solo episode of Carrying Comfort News. So, we don't know. Though I hope, no matter what, Kenny Omega is doing what's best for him. I hope that he gets, back to a healthy 100%, and focus on some backstage stuff, focus on that producer role that he's been having, focus on the video game that's supposed to be coming out soon for AEW, focus on a lot of that stuff, and then when he's ready, make his return, and it'll be so much more meaningful instead of just rushing him back like Kota Ibushi was rushed back from New Japan and getting injured again, because that's the last thing you want for these wrestlers, especially for somebody that you consider to be the best in the world like I do. So yeah, shout out Kenny Omega. More in wrestling news from the other side of the Forbidden Door, but not the Forbidden Door between American and Japanese wrestling, but between American wrestling, WWE. It has been reported that Stephanie McMahon is stepping away from her role in the company so she can focus more on her family and focus more on other things in her life. She reported she was taking a leave of absence for her role in the WWE, and it was going to be until further notice. A lot of people were worried about that because it seems like Nick Khan, who'd been taking on more of a leadership role from Vince McMahon, seems to be clearing out a lot of Vince's people. with Paul Levesque, also known as Triple H, leaving his duties from the company, as well as the sights being set on people like Road Dogg and all these other major people that were in the WWE offices. Now, it seems that Triple H is coming back. Now that Stephanie is stepping away from her duties, it seems that Paul Levesque, Triple H is going to be back in the WWE office in full time. Last year, he suffered multiple health issues related to his heart. It was a very worrying time, with it coming pretty close to him passing away due to a heart attack. And he spent a lot of time away from working in the WWE so he could focus on getting back to good health. Though is now saying that he is active with a lot of his duties. Levesque is back in the office full-time now. There's no time frame for Stephanie McMahon's return, but we're told that she is going to be returning when she is ready. The only thing that we were told directly is that this was 100% her choice and nobody else's. This has been coming for some time, not something that just happened out of nowhere. Dave Meltzer has added, when talking about Triple H and Stephanie, that at a recent shareholder meeting, Triple H said that WWE were looking at expanding and opening new performance centers across the country. So he said that they were looking at expanding, both domestically and also internationally, and to expect an announcement soon. They've been looking at areas like Brazil and the UAE and France and other places. Hello, Jig. Yes, do you need something? I'm sorry, I have a new cat, and he's here. You need something? Yeah. Okay, it's fine. All right, but yeah, so with Stephanie McMahon stepping away and Triple H coming back into his full role, who knows what's happening at WWE offices? But you know what's not happening at WWE offices?
What's that?
Boss Glow time. That's right. Sasha Banks and Naomi have walked out on the WWE Monday Night Raw over issues with a planned match. The WWE star Sasha Banks and Naomi, her fellow women's tag team champion, walked out of the Scope Arena in Norfolk, Virginia, prior to their match on Monday. WWE has confirmed this to the New York Post as well as PW Insider. Banks and Naomi arrived at the arena and were informed they were to take part in a main event of Monday Night Raw. The match was that Banks, Naomi, Becky Lynch, Asuka, Doudrop, and Nikki Ash were going to take part in a six-pack challenge match to determine the next person to face Bianca Belair for her Raw Women's Championship at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Banks and Naomi apparently took issue with the match, that Naomi was scheduled to win. During the broadcast, they walked into WWE Head of Talent Relations, John Laurinaitis, John Laurinaitis' office with their suitcases in hand, placed their tag team championship belts on his desk, and walked the fuck out. They claimed they weren't respected enough as tag team champions, and even though they had 8 hours to rehearse and construct their match, they claimed they were uncomfortable in the ring with 2 of their opponents, even though they had had matches with those individuals in the past with no consequence. According to reports, Sasha Banks took up concerns directly to WWE Chairman Vince McMahon, who chose not to change the creative. Fightful Select has reported that Banks and Naomi's issues were mainly rooted in proposed plans for them as tag team champions, and not the women they were scheduled to work with. So, WWE is saying one thing, Sasha Banks and Naomi are saying a different thing. You should probably listen to Sasha Banks and Naomi in this. WWE pivoted on the show by having Becky Lynch frantically approach on-screen WWE official Adam Pearce to tell him Banks and Naomi had left the building. The match was switched to a one-on-one contest between Lynch and Asuka, who ended up getting the win. On the broadcast, commentator Corey Graves mentioned them leaving the building multiple times during the show, so it's always possible the incident is used to be an on-screen angle for the future. Graves said Sasha Banks and Naomi summarily and unprofessionally walked out. This seems to not be a work, though, because, as is reported, Sasha Banks has been nowhere near recording, as well as, and I apologize, Jig is walking on my keyboard again, because he likes keyboards, apparently. But Naomi has changed her profile picture on Twitter and Instagram, as well as her bio, removing the fact that she is a WWE superstar. So it seems that they have walked away from the contracts, and they have walked away from the WWE, which, you know what? If they don't like how things are going at work, good for them.
Hell yeah.
And you know what? If they're not able, if WWE wasn't able to make Sasha Banks and Naomi 2 of their best wrestlers, and Sasha Banks, who is one of their most marketable women wrestlers, fuck them. That's a waste of talent and money that you got right there.
I feel like every week, or every other week at least, there is a story about someone else walking away from WWE.
Yeah,
whether it's to go over to someone else or to just quit entirely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that it
Jin.
it seems to be that that the E is not a good place to be working for wrestlers right now.
Yeah.
I am excited to see where Sasha Banks and Naomi end up. I've always been a big fan of both of them. Oh, hey there, buddy. And I cannot wait to see what comes about from that. I'm a big fan of the programming, and I cannot wait to see.
He's so
Please.
cute. He's so cute.
I know. Here, let me deal with this, and you go ahead and get us started on tabletop
Yeah,
news.
I would love to get us started on some tabletop news. D&D Beyond is giving its subscribers not one, but 2 free digital books to celebrate its merger with Wizard of the Coast and official partnership with Dungeons & Dragons. Announced via the D&D Beyond message board, D&D's leading digital toolset is giving all of its subscribers a copy of the Beginner's Adventurer module, Lost Mine of Phandelver, and the Acquisitions Incorporated sourcebook. The module will be forever unlocked for new and existing users who join the platform. However, subscribers, free or otherwise, can only claim the Fantasy Business Brokering sourcebook until May 26th at 12 a.m. Eastern. Lost Mine of Phandelver was made to welcome new players and dungeon masters to Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. It includes a bare bones version of the rules within the player's handbook and comes with several pre-gen characters to jump right in with, so new DMs don't have to worry about over-preparing. Adventurers will escort a member of the Rockseekers, a dwarven clan seeking their fortune, to the quiet town of Phandalin. Lost Mine of Phandelver, for those of you who don't know it but maybe listen to podcasts, was also what the Adventure Zone started with. The Adventure Zone, way back in the day when they started it, was My Brother, and Me bonus episode where they decided to play D&D, and they were using Lost Mine of Phandelver, and then it just chaotically spun out of control into the Adventure Zone. Other than that, Acquisitions Incorporated, for those who want to add a modern touch to the standard fantasy tropes, Acquisitions Incorporated does precisely that. This sourcebook gives dungeon masters and players access to mechanics and inspiration for creating a franchise under the in-world adventuring conglomerate Acquisitions Incorporated. Players can build up their personal brand within their franchise's region, make lucrative deals with interfering rival organizations, and slay monsters on company outings. The book provides reflavored descriptions for all of the original D&D classes, subclasses, and races mentioned in both the original handbook and Xanathar's Guide to Everything. New spells, character races, and unique magical items are included to match the business casual tone of an Acquisitions Incorporated campaign. Last but not least, there is a full adventure for ambitious PCs who are ready to make waves at the Fantasy Water Cooler. Acquisitions Incorporated, for those who don't know, was a Penny Arcade source book. It was the Penny Arcade people. It was a D&D campaign they did and are still currently doing, I think, on Twitch, called Acquisitions Incorporated. The source book came from that, much like Critical Role put out their own source book. This is Penny Arcade's version of that, basically. I haven't watched all of Acquisitions Incorporated, but I've seen a little bit of it, and I enjoyed it. I like the Penny Arcade people. I don't know. I know that they've gone like on and off of controversies in the past. So if they've done something recently, I don't know about it. Sorry. But generally their content is good.
I went to check the website because I was like, okay, let me make sure I grab those because I have D&D Beyond. His first the first stream that he ever did was an Acquisitions Incorporated stream. And I was like, okay, these books aren't on the marketplace anymore. Apparently they added them to my collection for me. So, thanks, I guess. There's also like a bunch of other things on here that I don't have. Like why do I have Candlekeep Mysteries? I didn't buy Candlekeep Mysteries, but apparently I have Candlekeep Mysteries. And I never bought Critical Role Call of the Netherdeep, but I have Critical Role Call of the Netherdeep for some reason.
I wonder if this is something that's happened before. Yeah, look at that. It's all in mine as well. I just went to double check. I have all of Acquisitions Incorporated right here. Sick.
Yeah. Do you have Critical Role's Call of the Netherdeep as well?
Let me look. Call of the Netherdeep. That is right here. I sure do. Huh, look at that. Look at that.
Okay.
I just have some free shit in here, huh?
Do you have Strixhaven, a curriculum of chaos?
Let me look. Where are you, Strixhaven? There you are. I do!
This is weird. This is weird.
Why do I have this? I definitely didn't buy it.
I don't know why I have this. I don't know what's happening. What is happening?
I've bought very little from D&D Beyond. Hold on. Do I have... I don't have... I didn't buy that. I also have access to all of Monsters of the Multiverse, which just came out, and I definitely didn't buy it, and I don't think they would have given me for free.
Yeah.
Did they change... Kay is saying she doesn't have these.
Are you saying that we have something that Kay doesn't have?
Is it... Did they change how the sharing system works?
I wonder.
Because before you could only access you could access books that the person, like, so if someone had a bunch of books and they make a campaign and you are part of that campaign, then when you are, like, in that campaign making a character or adding items, you can have access to everything else. But from what I remember, you couldn't just read it.
Yeah.
You can just read it on your own.
You just
so
have
now
stuff
I'm wondering if
you have access to everybody's things. Because the only things that I don't have is I don't have all of the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica stuff because I just bought the character stuff for that. I don't have the Monster Manual because I own the book. I don't have Mythic Odysseys of Theros because I bought just the character stuff. I don't have Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft because it's a bad book. And I don't have Fizbane's Treasury of Dragons.
I have Van Richten's
But I've got
Guide to
everything
Ravenloft.
else.
I don't have Spelljammer. Spelljammer's not out yet.
Spelljammer's not out yet.
Yeah. I have Tasha's Cauldron. Do I have, like... I have Horde of the Dragon... I bought Horde of the Dragon Queen. Let me look at Tales from the Yawning Portal. I have that. Do I have Out of the Abyss? I do. Oh my god. Huh. Okay, well, hey, breaking news! If you're in a shared campaign with people, you can apparently now just read everything. And I wonder if that's on purpose or not.
Well, Kay says that she can't do that, but she's in campaigns.
Huh.
We'll see. What kind of subscription do you have?
Did you get it?
Because
I don't pay. I don't pay for a subscription. I have a free subscription. In your settings, what does it show as? You can't. I don't know how to see that. You think I know D&D Beyond inside?
Okay. Things adjusted. Okay, something happened because I re-signed in and I don't have that stuff that I haven't purchased yet.
Okay, so I'm never signing out.
Wait, no, I still have them.
You do? Okay. Oh, D&D Beyond Marketplace. Account entitlements. Your entitlements data is not in sync. If you're having problems accessing your purchased content, please try pressing the button below to reestablish your account entitlements before.
Don't push that. Don't push that button below. No. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, because the only stuff I bought, because I can see everything I bought here. I have the DMG. I have Horde of the Dragon Queen. I have Lost Mind of Phandelver, which was a comped, which is probably part of it. Sword Coast Adventures Guide, Eberron. That was a gift. Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft is listed as a purchase. I'm very confident I didn't purchase that, though.
We have derailed the entire news.
We have.
Wild.
We have. Okay, cool. So I'm never resyncing. And I'm just gonna keep all my free stuff. Thank you, D&D Beyond. Nobody click this. Nobody click this and tag Wizard of the Coast.
So you know what it is. You know what it is,
everybody.
I need you to go. I need you to
be cool.
Hey, be cool about this. Be cool. Hey, be cool, man.
K,
be cool.
K, look at me.
Be cool.
K,
be cool.
look at me. Be cool.
Be cool.
Be cool.
Be cool. Be cool. Be cool.
So
this
if
is
you
a perfect time for This is a perfect time for me to note that why haven't they made any animal-based bard subclasses? That's what I want to know.
That's a good question.
'Cause I was trying to
Because
think.
they're
I was trying to
cowards.
think of one. Yeah, I was trying to think. I was trying to make Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin and
That would be great.
Can't make a ranger. Can't make a Steve Irwin bard. Steve Irwin isn't a ranger. Steve Irwin was a bard.
Steve Irwin's definitely a bard.
Yeah. What up? Okay. Okay.
I'm looking.
You know what? You want some new news?
Yeah, give me some news.
Game company union rep has taken their case to the White House. United Paizo workers brought their concerns of workers in the tabletop industry to Washington, D.C. So, the fight to unionizing the games industry has made their way to the White House, where Alex Spidell, one of the lead organizers from the United Paizo workers, met with President Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris, and the Secretary of Labor, Marty Walsh, inside the Oval Office. It was confirmed with an official photo on the president's Twitter account. Present in the Oval Office, Spidell were members of Titmouse Productions, who made The Legends of Vox Machina, who are organized under the IATSE. Amazon Labor Union President Chris Smalls was also there as well. The most high-profile labor leader on hand for the event, Smalls, was asked to testify before the Senate Budget Committee by its chairman, Senator Bernie Sanders. Smalls has stated this is not a right or left thing, speaking about the right to unionize without illegal interference from management. This is a working class issue, and it's the workers at the bottom that makes these corporations go. Sanders took the opportunity to slam what he called Amazon's union-busting activity. Amazon has done everything possible, legal and illegal, to defeat union organizing efforts, he has said. While workers at Amazon distribution centers around the country have had a difficult time organizing their workplaces, workers at Paizo had much smoother sailing on their way to voluntary recognition. That is, to being formally recognized as a collective bargaining unit by Paizo management. According to Spidell, the final push was made possible with the help of a contingent of freelance writers who simply stopped accepting new work. According to a news release issued by the Paizo workers, Spidell shared with President Biden how those freelancers began to refuse assignments with the company in solidarity with the workers' request for voluntary recognition of their union. Being able to discuss CWA's campaign to organize game and tech workers and to share the incredible work being done by the United Paizo workers and our team of freelance writers was truly an honor, Spidell said in the news release. It is my hope that the administration continues their support of workers who are organizing to join unions in all industries, and that we are able to take this momentum back to CWA to continue Code CWA campaign. Every worker deserves a union. Code CWA was spun up in 2020 with the help of Emma Kinema, a co-founder of Game Workers Unite, a grassroots organization working to unionize the video game industry. Ironically, it's the workers at a company best known for its pen and paper role-playing games like Pathfinder and Starfinder who helped blaze the path. Additional unionization efforts have since cropped out at Raven Software, part of Activision Blizzard, and at Keyword Studios, which works with BioWare and other developers and publishers to provide quality assurance support. We are steadily on our way, Zoe, to seeing full unionization, and what we just need to see is some worker solidarity across all companies.
It is, it's gotten very tiring feeling like we've been living through historic events, because all of the historic events that have been observable have been very bad, between pandemics and fucked up elections and war. It all sucks. But this kind of feels like the start of a historic event. It feels like a revitalization of a labor movement. Mm-hmm. Seeing all of these companies from TTRPGs to Starbucks to Amazon pushing through and succeeding on efforts to unionize.
Yep.
After a very long history of unions being demonized and shut down, I'm not gonna, where I work. A lot of people viewing know where I work. I'm not going to talk about where I work on stream because people don't need to know that. But the place I work has a very good union. It is a type of place where joining the union isn't really an option, which can have its own problems that I can't get into here. But we've reached a point where even people I talk to people I work with who are in the union, and I have seen how the union benefits them, because these people would have been fired a long time ago because they're bad at their jobs. But unions offer protections, even to people who maybe don't deserve them, but that is the price we pay sometimes for better work conditions, is that sometimes people who don't deserve it will benefit, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. besides the point, these people hate unions and talk shit on the unions, and it baffles me, because it's like, you are in this, you are directly benefiting from these protections, from these benefits. My point is, unions have been demonized to the point where even people who are in unions and benefit from unions think unions are a bad idea and would rather get rid of them. So it is very nice to see that there is a movement that seems to be pushing that narrative finally into the opposite direction.
Agreed.
Did any of that make sense? That was a lot of word vomit.
It was a lot of word vomit, but you got there, and I think it's very clear. It's something that's very necessary. There's in particular a handful of tabletop game industry publishers that I think would deeply, deeply benefit from having their workers unionize. Specifically, there's one that has mostly freelance workers, and hearing that point of having freelance workers have solidarity with the other workers like that support this union is very, very interesting to hear. In particular, I don't know, but it makes me wonder that some of these companies, these publishers, if the actual proper workers don't want to unionize because they have things pretty good, and while freelance workers don't really have things pretty good. So I don't know. It's who's to say? We're not here to fucking... Oh, maybe we are. Maybe we're here to talk shit.
I'm here to talk shit.
I don't know. I just think that there's certain companies like WotC and Onyx Path and Modifius could definitely benefit from having a little bit of union shakeup, and we could definitely see the tabletop industry become more profitable for people that make it happen, as opposed to people that just profit off of it and don't share those profits with the workers. I don't know. Worker solidarity. We stand by it. We stand by
unions. Find your local businesses and people who aren't unionized and are trying to do it, and do what you can to support them. There was I have more TTRPG news. The last thing I'm going to say is that there is a town near me that their Starbucks is trying to unionize. The local the local county's teachers union showed up in support, and now teachers in that county are banned from that Starbucks, which is illegal. But that's the thing, they're scared of support, so keep showing up and make them scared.
Yep.
That's what I have to say.
We have a Starbucks here that's right down the street from my apartment that is they have their vote coming up this week for whether or not they unionize, and things are looking very good. Very good. I always like to go and support the people that are on. I figured out the shifts where they work, when they work, and I like to go support them and provide them with tips for their coffee and things of that nature. Things that kind of help them out, especially since they're getting pressure from Starbucks corporate not to. So, it's always good to be in the know and to figure out all that kind of stuff. All right. What do you got for us more in tabletop news?
I got something on the lighter side for fans of Star Trek. Modifius Entertainment revealed a few new items coming to the Star Trek Adventures TTRPG to help bring more life to the game. Some of the new items that they've highlighted this week are the new Kirk's Tunic dice that were only available in the Tricorder pack beforehand, as well as the new Klingon Empire set and sourcebook, in case you decide to command a set of Klingons in a quest for honor and glory among the stars. The official Captain Kirk's Tunic themed role playing dice. It is a set that comes with 25, or sorry. Dyslexia is sometimes a thing. When I say 25, what I mean is 5 20-sided dice.
Yes.
With a custom green and gold Captain's Tunic design. As well as that, the Star Trek Adventures Klingon Empire Game Master Toolkit gives the Game Master all the rules references they need to run a mission in the Final Frontier. It also gives players reference sheets for each of the roles in the Klingon Defense Force and on the bridge of a Klingon warship. The Klingon Empire Cool Rulebook also is a part of this new set that is coming out. It will take you to the final frontier of the galaxy, where new worlds and new civilizations await bold Klingon warriors hungry for glory and honor. I have played the Star Trek Adventures TTRPG. It is a neat system that I would love to play more of, and I'm excited for this. I think it feels to me like a system that is frequently slept on. You don't see a lot of people talking about it. I know there was on a different Channel there was a Star Trek game for a bit. I can't remember the full details of it, but it's pretty much the only time I've really seen it. It's the only time I've really seen it out there, outside of my own like personal experiences with it, and like private games that I've played with it. I hope this does what the article says and brings new life into it. I think it's a really cool system. I think it's a really interesting system for a very interesting setting. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. I like Star Trek and I like the RPG.
Star Trek will never be played on this channel, you fucking nerd. I'm kidding. I'm kidding
God.
at all. You know, no. I have a touch and go history with Star Trek. There's some. Hello. There's some that I enjoy. Like I love Deep Space Nine. There's some that I don't enjoy as much, like Enterprise. I've been meaning to check out Brave New Worlds because I hear that it's a pretty decent like series that like follows like Captain Pike and a very young Spock. And I've heard good things about Discovery. I have not watched Picard because, you know, I'm just not really attached to Star Trek as much as other people. But I have heard nothing but good things about Star Trek Adventures and that series. So, you know, maybe we should check it out. Who knows? Maybe in the future someday when, you know, when we all meet up in that town that haunts my dreams of Silent Hill. That sounds very cool. Also sounds like a much needed expansion, you know? The more that you can round out and fill the universe that you're in, the better, I think, when it comes to your game. And that is a widely expansive universe. So hell yeah, I'm glad they're staying on top of it. Hell yeah. Good job, Trekkies. You got something you like. What more do you want, huh? We gave you something you liked, okay? Okay? Stop yelling at us. I got another piece of table talk news, all right?
Yeah, hit me with it.
You ready for this?
Tell me.
Ready for this?
Tell me.
Open up the heart of the cards, Zoe, because guess what? After 17 years, players of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game can once again add the beloved Change of Heart card back into your decks. This past Tuesday, Konami released an update to the latest roster of Forbidden and Limited card list for the trading card game, which showed that the Change of Heart will be eligible for play in the official card game. This means tournaments and official play happening wherever that is going on. Originally, the card was banned in April 2005. It is an iconic spell card in both the game and the anime. It allows you to take complete control of one of your opponent's summoned monsters and use it against them until the end phase of a turn. It's pretty powerful and consequently had been banned due to that. There were a lot of different responses to this on Twitter Tuesday on the announcement. One user said, "Bro, what? Change of Hearts is back?" And another one said, "Ain't no way Change of Heart is back." Very insightful, those two tweets. The revival of the card comes on the heels of a bit of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Revival. In January, loads of content creators had streamed playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, which is a free-to-play game where you can buy non-fungible cards within the game. It's led to an uptick in popularity of the game with content creators as well as standard citizens that don't stream on Twitch. Now those looking to relive the nostalgia of the early days through old spell cards can do so within the bound of the official rules. You know what I have to say to that?
What's that?
I play Pot of Greed, which allows me to draw 2 cards into my hand. Which, you know what I have to say to that?
What's that?
I will then play Pot of Greed, which allows me to draw 2 additional cards into my hand, Zoe.
Oh my god. I fucking love Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not even gonna deny it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is fucking great. I used to play the Game Boy Advance game. Oh god, what the hell was it called? It was... I can look this up real quick. Don't you even worry. Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards. Which was a video game based on the Battle City arc of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, where you played an original character who just fucks everyone up with your master deck. Because you know what I say? There are no banned cards in my grandfather's deck.
Yeah,
fucking wild.
Yes. And to that I say my grandfather's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba, but it does contain an unstoppable Exodia.
Uh,
This entire series.
I love Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh's great.
It's wild. It's wild. Seto Kaiba is one of my favorite characters from anime.
Oh yeah.
And there is nothing that can stop me. Me, Seto Kaiba, the most powerful dueler in the universe, from taking your cards.
Zeke raises a good point. Duelist of the Roses was also a very good Yu-Gi-Oh game.
Duelist of the Roses. Yes, I do remember that one.
Look, if I go back and watch it, I'm sure I'll see like a lot of problematic stuff with it now, being older. But Yu-Gi-Oh did get me super interested in Egyptian mythology.
That's true.
That's true. I thank it for that. I'm sure I got a lot of stuff wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm also sure it wasn't like trying to be an accurate representation. But I was 6, so
yeah.
But the fucking Millennium items, I loved Merrick and Shizu. Yeah. It's fucking great. What a great series. Now I'll have to go back and watch it. Give me some more Maximilian Pegasus and his freaky eye, that he uses to cheat at the children's card game with.
If any of you don't think Yu-Gi-Oh is good, well then that sounds like you're just a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck.
Yeah.
So take that.
Got him.
So says Seto Kaiba. You got any more tabletop news?
No,
for us?
I am out of tabletop news.
Fresh out of tabletop news, which brings us over to movie news.
Movie news. I have some really exciting movie news.
Okay. I don't know why I said it like that. I was like,
I'm sorry. Did you want to go first?
No.
Okay.
Hit us with it.
The Man Without Fear is back as a series. After several teasers of characters from Netflix's Daredevil show and its own content, Marvel Studios is finally moving forward with a Daredevil series for Disney+. Matt Corman and Chris Ord have been tapped to write and exec produce a series that will be notable for being the first of the Netflix Marvel shows to get a new and continued series, sources tell The Hollywood Reporter. So we are getting a new Daredevil TV show that seems like it is going to continue to acknowledge and build off of the stuff that came from the Netflix Daredevil show, which makes sense because, as we know, Charlie Cox is still playing Daredevil as he did in Spider-Man No Way Home. Vincent D'Onofrio is still playing Kingpin as he did at the end of Hawkeye. I am very, 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 very happy about this.
Well, I'm glad they're keeping Charlie Cox, because he's a really good lawyer. So, it'd be a good idea to keep him around.
He's a really good lawyer.
He's a really good lawyer.
The best lawyers can catch bricks in their hands. Everyone knows this.
Everybody knows this. This is what I look for when I need a lawyer, and I frequently do need a lawyer from all the cease and desists I have to fight off.
When I go to meet a lawyer, I chuck a brick at them, and if they don't catch it, then I say goodbye.
Guess what?
And then I need a new lawyer because I chucked a brick
at
someone.
Yes, because that might be considered illegal.
Yes.
So you gotta watch which lawyers you throw bricks at, because they might sue you for throwing a brick at them. Who knows?
This is just a chaos show today.
It is. Well, I'll tell you, I'm very excited for this. Daredevil is probably one of my favorite of the Netflix series that came out. That first and third season is really fucking good. Especially the third season is really fucking good. And it's definitely worth checking out on Disney Plus because you can't find it on Netflix anymore. And I wonder what this means for like Jessica Jones, The Punisher, and Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. And the rest of the Defenders, are we gonna potentially be seeing fucking Kristen Ritter showing back up as Jessica Jones?
Well, if you remember back in our very first episode of Carrying Comfort News, there was a rumor circulating because Kristen Ritter had posted on her Instagram a new hairstyle in which her hair had been dyed purple, much like many iterations of Jessica Jones in the comics. And as we all know, what the MCU has enjoyed doing recently is taking actors who were established characters before in properties that tried to make them more realistic and saying, here they are in the comic accurate stuff, aka, go see Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness if you want to know exactly what I'm talking about.
And then we turn them into a bunch of spaghetti!
And then we turn them into a bunch of spaghetti. So I am choosing, because it makes my heart sing, to believe the rumor that we will eventually get more Krista Ritter as Jessica Jones. She's fucking great. That show is my favorite one of the Netflix Marvel series. I would also really love to see Luke Cage back, because he's amazing too.
Shout out Mike Coulter. He did a
Mike
great
Coulter.
job. Yeah.
Iron Fist. It would be great to see them get a new Iron Fist. That's all I'll have to say about that.
How wild would it be? How wild how wild. It'd be great for us to get Iron Fist for the first time, you know?
Yeah.
Especially since we never had Iron Fist ever before portrayed on television or movie.
I almost feel bad at a certain point to, like, I don't know. Imagine how it must feel knowing that, like, you're one of 4 people that nobody wants to come back. That everyone else that's part of this group that you were a part of is being cheered for and screamed for to return to the roles, and then you're just not.
There's part of me that I'm just like, yeah, that must feel pretty bad, man. That sucks for him. But also, dude was a fucking nerd who wouldn't learn the choreography.
That's true. He was bad at he was objectively bad at his job. That's true.
Yes.
All right, I don't feel bad for him anymore.
Yes, he was bad with martial arts and he wouldn't learn it, and everybody else on his show did, but he decided nay.
Yeah.
Nay, says I.
There was some good stuff on the Iron Fist show too. Like the siblings, the adoptive siblings were great.
Yeah.
I loved them. They were fucking amazing.
Yeah. That actor that plays fucking what's his name? Oh god, I love that actor a lot. Tom Pelphrey is the actor. He was in Ozarks. He played Ben in Ozarks.
Mm-hmm.
He was in he got his start in different soap operas like Guiding Light and As the World Turns. He played Ward Meacham.
Yes.
In Iron Fist. He did a really great job.
Yeah.
He did a really great job.
And Jessica Henwick as Colleen Wing.
Yeah,
she was great. Bring her back. Bring the Meachams back.
Yeah.
Bring Davos back.
Bring Davos back.
Bring everyone back.
Bring everybody back. But Finn Jones. Finn Jones can just retire off of his Game of Thrones money. That's fine. You know? That's fine.
Oh, God. All right. What do you have? What kind of film TV news do you got?
I'll tell you what I have. I'm fucking tired. No, I got you. I got you. I'm not tired anymore because Queer Love Story Heartstopper is getting 2 more fucking seasons, baby! That's what I'm so excited for. If you couldn't tell what I was saying, Queer Love Story Heartstopper is getting 2 more seasons. Netflix has renewed the graphic novel adaptation, webcomic, baby. Come on. Don't forget that it was made popular on Webtoon, baby. So, the Queer Love Story Heartstopper debuted less than a month ago, has already been renewed for 2 more seasons. The writer and creator of both the show and the webcomic/graphic novel, I will say it is now a graphic novel because there's 4 volumes available. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry. I thought I had my notifications muted. But Alice Oseman has revealed that the renewal via the Netflix blog, drawing the story's lead characters along with a message that said 2 more seasons. Osman is also quoted in the blog saying, "We were overjoyed with the global reaction to Heartstopper and can't wait to continue the story with 2 more fucking seasons, baby! Yeah!" The series' first season covers a friendship-turned-budding romance between 2 British schoolmates, Nick and Charlie. In addition to showcasing stories from a variety of their friends, the duo have their first kiss in the show's 8-episode season and begin to explore their identities as young queer students. It is an uplifting love story that explores the fun and beauty of romantic discovery, relatably through movies like Bisexual Awakening for Generation Z, Pirates of the Caribbean, where one must answer the impossible question of who is hotter, Orlando Bloom or Keira Knightley. Trick question, they're both hot. It even spawned its own meme on Twitter where fans shared their most beloved gay ships. Heartstopper's first season only covers the first 2 volumes of the graphic novel. Barely, it does. They kind of do some maneuvering around, which I think is a good idea. So there's plenty of romance left to explore. The webcomic already has 4 volumes out, with the 5th and final volume expected early next year. I am completely caught up. I got caught up in 2 weeks. Can you believe it? Can you believe it, Zoe? I watched the entire season in 1 day, and I said I have to. I re-downloaded Webtoons. I deleted Webtoon because I was like, I've already finished Lore Olympus and all these other webcomics that I've been reading, so I just don't need, this is just taking up space on my phone. And then I immediately got done crying and watching Heartstopper and said, fuck it, I'm gonna read this whole thing! And I did it. Including all the side comics that have been made by other artists and stuff like that. It's really good. You should check it out.
I really want to. I want to watch Heartstopper. A lot of my friends are watching Heartstopper, like you. Other people I know, my friends and friends of Carrying Comfort Studios, Ali and Rob, are super into Heartstopper. At the Quiz and Silent Infinity, shout outs, go check them out, they're great. I keep hearing nothing but great things about it. It sounds heartbreaking. It sounds very sad, which I love. I love to be sad. I love to be sad over TV shows, and I'm not kidding about that. I didn't know it was a Webtoons comic, which maybe honestly, maybe I'll just read that, because reading is easier than sitting down to watch a TV show, to be honest. To be perfectly honest.
You probably do both. I mean, just
Yeah.
saying, you know,
I could do both. Well, now that it's renewed for season 2 and season 3, maybe I will. I still gotta watch Bridgerton too. I have so many TV shows to watch. I think Heartstopper has moved higher to the list than Bridgerton, to be honest.
I will say Heartstopper has positive queer romance and relationships within it, as well as a very positive trans character, as well as diversity and inclusion incorporated in it.
But
and it handles homophobia in a very respectful and non-triggering manner, I would say.
But did they use a graph to determine if it was enough diversity?
I don't believe so.
I'm just not sure then.
You don't think?
I'm not sure. Okay. If they didn't use the diversity graph, can you really trust it?
Is it even diverse if it doesn't? Yeah, who knows? Is it even diverse if you don't have a diversity graph? Who knows? I'll tell you right now. Hey, this is me! I'm gonna peek my mic again! I don't care!
Oh god. Oh god, you're going in the red. You're going in the red.
Yep.
Hey, I got some more news for you. Remember when we talked about the Barbie movie that's coming out?
We talked about what movie?
The Barbie movie. Greta Gerwig's Barbie?
Yeah, come on Barbie, let's go party!
Come on Barbie, let's go party. I have some exciting casting updates.
Okay.
Not too long ago, it was announced that Greta Gerwig would be directing Barbie, a live-action film about the plastic doll / feminist icon. Not long after that, it was announced that Margot Robbie would be playing the titular character and Ryan Gosling would be playing her boyfriend Ken. Other castmates include, but are not limited to America Ferrera, Kate McKinnon, Alexandra Shipp, Emma Mackey, Kingsley Ben-Adir, Michael Cera, and Rhea Perlman. While there isn't much being said about the plot of this film, which is slated to come out in summer 2023, we do have some fun casting announcements. According to the New York Times, Kyle Buchanan, who is spilling the hot goss from Cannes Film Festival, it seems like Greta is planning her own multiverse of Mattelness. I am reading from an article. I did not make that terrible joke. Mattelness. By casting several other A-listers to play alternative Barbies and Kens. Issa Rae from Insecure, as well as Hari Nef from Netflix's You, will be playing alternative Barbies. Simu Liu from from Shang-Chi, and Ncuti Gatwa from Sex Education, as well as the new Doctor in Doctor Who, will be playing alternative Kens.
Wild.
I am so desperate to know what this fucking movie's gonna be about.
Which is wild, because you're also gonna have Saoirse Ronan and fucking Dua Lipa?
Yeah, and it leads to, when we talked about it before, there was I forget exactly what led us down this road, but there was a conversation about it being similar to, because the president of Mattel is like a character in it. Yeah. Which is like, oh my god, is it going to be like the Lego movie where it's just like turns out to be like a story of like an actual kid playing with Legos? And this is adding credence to that theory. That it's just kids playing with dolls, and that's what this movie's going to be, and I'm fucking here for it.
What if it, I'm still kind of holding on to this, even though this might not be the best idea because it is like Mattel sponsored and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. What if it's just like a psychological thriller?
Yeah.
What if it's just a psychological thriller? What if Barbies are getting murdered,
Oh my god. Just someone's taking out all the Barbies. Someone's taking out all the Kens. No, someone's taking out all the Kens, and only an elite team of Barbies can stop it.
Yep.
Oh god.
I'm here for it.
That would be wild. I'm so excited for this movie. I hope it's worth it. hope it's worth it, because everything that keeps coming out about it is just whetting my fucking appetite. I'm over here salivating over Greta Gerwig's Barbie movie. Something I never thought I would say in my life.
We are truly living in the we're truly living in the Barbie timeline.
The Barbie timeline, yeah.
Yep.
Do you think Greta Gerwig's Barbies of the Mattelverse will also outshine Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness?
I believe so. I believe that we might see a true Multiverse of Madness with the Barbie movie. Something that we did not get from Multiverse of Madness. I think that we are going to actually get from. Are we gonna do a Barbie Smash or Pass when this movie comes out?
We gotta, right? We gotta.
I think we gotta.
Gotta do Barbie Smash or Pass.
I am so convinced, because we've got Dua Lipa is going to be involved. My favorite Algerian pop singer, Dua Lipa, is going to be involved. Simu Liu, Issa Rae, fucking, I'm not as big as a fan of Hari Nef because I didn't really watch a lot of You because I thought the content of it was just bad. We got Shuri Gatwa, come on. Yes, thank you. Are you enjoying the news? Sweet one?
Chick.
He's rubbing his face against Simu Liu's picture.
Jig is also very excited for the Barbie movie.
Jig is very, very, very excited for the Barbie movie. I'm excited for the Barbie movie. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Give it to me. Put it straight into my veins. Take that plastic, non-toxic, positive femininity and put it in my veins. Here, get on me instead of my keyboard. Hop over here. Or maybe not. Okay, maybe I don't deserve. Maybe I deserve. Maybe this is what I deserve. This is what I deserve. This is definitely what I deserve. Stranger Things 4 reveals the first 8 minutes of the new season, and we have gotten an episode count for both volumes of the 4th season. Oh my god. I'm trying to read my notes here. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. So, 1 week ahead of the highly anticipated return of Stranger Things 4, Netflix has dropped the first 8 minutes of the season in a sneak peek, as well as announcing the episode count for Season 4's upcoming 2 parts. They said it was a 2-parter this season. So, the first 7 of 9 episodes will be released May 27th. The remaining 2 episodes will be released on July 1st as Volume 2. We now have an episode count as well. The first 7 episodes, except for episode 7, are going to be a standard hour-long episodes. Episode 7 is going to be an hour and a half. Then on Volume 2 of Stranger Things 4, Episode 8 will be an hour and a half, and Episode 2 will be 2 hours long.
My god.
It's a lot of Stranger Things.
That is a lot of Stranger Things. Is this officially the final season?
No, there's one more season after this.
Right.
This has been dubbed as the beginning of the end. So, let's yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Let's count our blessings.
Oh God.
How do you feel about Stranger Things, Zoe?
I really enjoyed Stranger Things.
Yes,
I really liked it. I liked all the seasons. That said, I've never gone back to watch them, and I wonder if it is one of those things where it's really great the first time you watch it, and then you go back and it just doesn't live up. I think season 1 would live up to what I remember it being.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure. Season 2 might too. I'm not so sure about season 3. Season 3 got a little weird.
You got David Harbour and a Hawaiian shirt.
You do have David Harbour and a Hawaiian shirt, and I do love David Harbour, but I don't know. Season 3 got into some weird places, some
Big
weird
coat and a little hat.
Weird, making fun of the Red Scare while also playing a little too much into the Red Scare.
Yeah, apparently the Soviet army had a series of laboratories underneath the malls in America, or just one. Who knows?
Wild.
Who knew?
I get that it's like pastiche. It's trying to do a pastiche of that sort of genre.
Yeah.
But it played a little too much into it and got a little uncomfy at times. But I don't know. I enjoy it. I enjoy Stranger Things for what it is. I enjoy the cast a lot. I think it's brought a lot of talented actors. It unfortunately also some of them started to fall into some child actor.
You talking about old Jonathan Myers or Jonathan Byers?
No,
Talking about the guy that plays Jonathan Byers?
I wasn't even talking about Jonathan Byers. I was thinking of Millie Bobby Brown,
Ooh,
she started to fall into some bad trappings, but has since seemed to get out of it. I think.
Good.
I don't know if you remember, there was that whole weird shit, and it wasn't her fault because she's a kid.
Oh, the Drake stuff.
The Drake shit, yeah.
Yes. I do recall. You recall, Jig? No,
Yeah.
you weren't alive during that time.
Oh.
You live without this knowledge in your tiny brain, and I am jealous of you for it.
I'm also envious of Jig. I would also like to not know about Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, if you're a child and you're watching this, if a grown-ass man is texting you and being super emotionally, available to you, it's not normal. It's not okay.
Yeah. To bring it back to Stranger Things, though,
Yes.
Here you go, Jiggums. Go ahead and sit on that table there. I agree with Firefly System in here saying, that is not a TV show, that is several movies. We are getting several movies in TV show format. I don't know. I think they just realized that Stranger Things, like, they can do whatever the fuck they want on that TV series, because that is, like, one of Netflix's cash cows. Mm-hmm. And so they can just kind of, it's like, yeah, fucking, do whatever you want. Like, you're going to make us a bunch of money. We're going to be able to market you in Lego form and, video game form. We're going to be able to release some Fortnite skins, things of that nature, all this good stuff. So, just live in it. Just live in it and love it,
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe, and you know what? Maybe with all of this planned out, it'll run a little smoother than season 3 did. And it'll revitalize itself. Because it's been a while.
It has been a while. We've gone a few years without Stranger Things. But we know that Sheriff Hopper is back. It's not a spoiler anymore. Season 3 came out a few years ago, and he was in the trailer. He's in the Russian gulag. The Sheriff Hopper is now prisoner 6247 in the gulag. So we're gonna get that kind of interaction there. Some great stuff.
Yeah.
Some great stuff.
It'll be interesting to see how it goes. Hey, I got one more piece of film and TV news for you.
I got one more piece of film and TV news for you too, so I think you should go first.
This works out. Neve Campbell of Scream fame has joined the cast of Peacock's Twisted Metal in a recurring role. Yes, Twisted Metal, the PlayStation game franchise about a clown in a metal ice cream truck or something. I don't really remember what those games were about. I remember playing them. I remember being scared of the clown. Anyway, there's gonna be a TV show. Neve Campbell has joined the cast in a recurring role. Campbell will play Raven opposite Anthony Mackie, Stephanie Beatriz, and Thomas Hayden Church. From Cobra Kai writer Michael Jonathan Smith and based on an original take by Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, Twisted Metal is going to be a half-hour action comedy about a motor-mouthed outsider, played by Anthony Mackie, who is offered a chance at a better life, but only if he can successfully deliver a mysterious package across a post-apocalyptic wasteland. With the help of a trigger-happy car thief, played by Stephanie Beatriz, he'll face savage marauders, driving vehicles of destruction, and other dangers of the open road, including a deranged clown who drives an all-too-familiar ice cream truck.
We know who that is. That's Sweet Tooth, baby!
Sweet Tooth. One of my childhood nightmares. I'm not gonna lie. That clown scared the shit out of me. My cousin was a super big Twisted Metal fan. And when I would go over to his house, he would play Twisted Metal and I would be scared of the clown. And that's my history with Twisted Metal.
So oh god. Okay, so I'm excited for this series because no matter if it's bad or if it's good, well, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna watch it. I'm a big fan of this show, or not of this series. I'm a big Twisted Metal fan. And knowing that we're going to be getting Anthony Mackie in a role that his character is called John Doe. So we don't know exactly what car he's going to be driving, or anything like that. 'Cause I don't think they're gonna put him in the role of Ajax. That just doesn't seem like that would be the case.
Mm-mm.
Do you know who Raven is in the Twisted Metal series?
I was actually just about to look them up. Raven! Raven, her friends call her Raven because of her fixation with the starkly black bird and also the black leather dress and dark makeup she wears. Hell yeah, Neve Campbell as Raven I'm already sold.
Yeah, she's a goth girl that drives the hearse known as Shadow in Twisted Metal Black. That is the only game that she's in. She's not in the other Twisted Metal games because the original driver of Shadow was like a cemetery guy, a cemetery caretaker, groundskeeper. So I think they're going to Twisted Metal Black with some of these story origins. Stephanie Beatrice is playing a character named Quiet, which has not shown up in Twisted Metal canon yet.
Ooh.
So that's interesting to note because when I looked up Quiet, the only thing that came up was Granny Dread, who was one of the drivers of Hammerhead.
Interesting.
So,
it seems Raven was in Twisted Metal Lost as well.
Twisted Metal Lost? I haven't even
where
heard
she
of
drives
this.
a haunted hearse. She's also apparently 17 years old, which Neve Campbell is not.
No.
So they're doing some kind of alternative thing or a future thing. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be like Halo, where they're just doing whatever they want with the ideas, which honestly I'm here for. It sounds sick as shit.
I think with Twisted Metal you can do whatever the fuck you want as long as you hit the core themes of it, then you're good. Halo is not one of those series, so I think they're gonna be okay with this. Thomas Hayden Church is playing Agent Stone, which I guess is like an agent that's trying to catch Calypso. If you don't know, Calypso is the guy who he's like the monkey's paw. Everybody is competing in this car tournament to get the things that they want, and Calypso says whoever wins gets their greatest wish. But there's typically a monkey's paw related thing with it, so yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I'm sorry, I'm reading about Twisted Metal now. I see a quote from Raven that says, "Kelly was my best friend. She was my soulmate. I will win this game and fulfill her dying wish."
Yep.
So fuck yeah, that queer representation in Twisted Metal that I didn't know about.
Yep, they were roommates.
They were she definitely says soulmate in there.
Yep. They were soulmates that were roommates.
When did Twisted Metal Black come out? It was for
Historically.
PlayStation 2
That was
in
like
2001. Hell
2001.
yeah.
Twisted Metal Black was sick as fuck.
Hell yeah.
Yo, if you haven't played Twisted Metal Black, because like Twisted Metal Black was like, because Twisted Metal has always been like ridiculous and stuff like that, and then like the creators of Twisted Metal Black were like, what if you just were a fucking so dark and gothic and
Sweet
fucking
Tooth.
Rob Zombie.
Sweet Tooth is the ice cream truck.
Yep, Needles
I thought it was
Kane
the clowns.
is the driver.
Okay, neat.
Ooh,
Neat.
actually, in Twisted Metal Black, Agent Stone drove the outlaw car.
Ooh.
And Agent Stone was, he's a law enforcement guy, and he's trying to take down Calypso. He sees like killing as part of the job and everything like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, and he's trying to get back his SWAT team because he caused their deaths and stuff like that. Interesting. Wild. This is wild.
Firefly System asks, did either of you watch Blood Drive? I don't know what that is, so no.
Blood Drive, is that the vampire movie? Where the guy drives the fucking Blood Drive movie here, I think. No, not Blood Donation Centers. Or is that the TV series? You're talking about the TV series? That was on Sci-Fi? Oh, yeah, I remember this. Yeah, this was a fucking, like, a Grindhouse kind of styles TV series that was kind of like Twisted Metal. Yeah, I remember this. I didn't watch it, but I remember it. I remember seeing the trailers for it and stuff. It's got the guy that was supposed to be Aquaman, but never played or the guy that did play Aquaman in it. Alan Richardson.
There is a Muppet Babies Twisted Metal, apparently.
Yes.
Wild.
Yes.
Wild. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. Going back to the TV show, I'm very excited to see what this is. I'm probably not going to get Peacock, but I will watch it somehow.
I wonder, Jake, should we play Twisted Metal on the stream? Is there a way that we can find the Twisted Metal games on Steam or on GOG? I don't know. If you know a way for me to play Twisted Metal games legally, then let me know, because I would love to play that on the stream.
Twisted Metal doesn't appear to be on Steam.
Fuck them. What a bad idea for me to have.
Hit me
what the
with
hell
your
is
last...
Twisted Metal Lost?
I don't know.
Oh, it was a PSP game?
How weird.
I think. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Okay, last little bit of news that I have. Hey, Zoe, are you familiar with the fantastic and critically acclaimed director George Miller?
I am.
George Miller, who was the director and creator of the Mad Max series, who won multiple awards for Mad Max Fury Road, is back in the director's chair for an epic romance film called 3,000 Years of Longing. It is based on the 1994 short story The Djinn in the Nightingale's Eye by English writer A.S. Byatt. This movie, 3,000 Years of Longing, stars Tilda Swinton as Alethea, a brilliant scholar who encounters a djinn, played by Idris Elba, imprisoned in an urn. Over the course of a long conversation in a hotel room in Istanbul, the djinn strikes a deal with Alethea to grant her 3 wishes if she helps him gain his freedom. Alethea's wishes results in the two hopping decades through time, all the while developing unexpected feelings for each other. I'm gonna get to see Tilda Swinton and Idris Elba yearn for each other in a time-hopping franchise movie. And guess what? There's a trailer for it!
There's a trailer?
There's a trailer, and I've sent it to you, and I want you to show the world and the people this trailer, because I don't know if you've watched it yet. It's 2.5 minutes, but it's got a sick soundtrack. It's cool as fuck, and I can't wait for the people to see it.
Let's go over and watch the trailer.
Perfect. Okay, go ahead and let me know when you're hitting it, and I'll hit it at the same time. So
Sure.
that I'm in time.
I'll do a great countdown. Let's do a countdown. 3, 2, 1, play.
What an opening.
My name is Alethea. My story is true. I am a solitary creature by nature. I have no children, no siblings, no parents. I did once have a husband. If there is fate, who can say? But in the Grand Bazaar of Istanbul, I chose a memento. I like it. Whatever it is,
That
I'm sure it has an interesting
soundtrack.
story.
I'm already to tell.
Yeah. Ooh.
So, what will you wish for? What is your heart's desire?
Yo.
I do have a question. What does one do with 3 wishes?
You'll see.
Ha!
Oh. There's no story about wishing that is not a cautionary tale.
We all have desires, even if they remain hidden from us. But it is your story, and I cannot wait to see where it goes.
Oh, how it might end. Hello. Hello. He'll be staying for a while. I'm beginning to wish we'd never met.
Don't say that! Make a wish! Save yourself!
I have a wish.
Holy shit.
Why is it so hot?
That looks amazing. Please ignore the fact that Honest Trailers is showing up on my YouTube recommendations.
God. It's giving me. It's giving. Did you ever see the movie The Fall, starring Lee Pace?
No.
Oh, if you can find a way to watch The Fall, you should watch The Fall. It's giving me The Fall vibes. I'm getting some Cell vibes. I'm getting fucking like Only Lovers Left Alive vibes. Oh god, that got me excited. I'm very excited.
That looks really, really cool. That looks really, really cool. Everything about that looks so cool. I'm so excited for this movie. When is it coming out? Scheduled to be released in August 31st. It's not even going to be that
31st?
long.
Not that long. We don't have to wait that long at all. It's movies like this that, like, when people are like, man, I wish we had movies that were original, and I'm tired of MCU stuff. And it's like, we get them all the time. All the time. Go watch them. Support them. Movies like this and movies like Men and movies like... I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Hey... The movies, they're here, they exist. Watch them.
Go see
them.
them.
You know, I don't... Yeah, go see them.
Spend your money on them.
This is an original concept. I mean, it's based off of a short story, yes, but, like... I'll tell you, I haven't seen a fucking movie like this in a long time. So, like, I don't know what to fucking tell you. That looks excellent.
It looks so cool. It looks
I can't wait to see
cool.
that.
The visuals, the music, everything is fucking amazing. I'm really
Tilda Swinton is fighting ScarJo to become the new face of Orientalism. She's not playing an Oriental character in that movie.
The Djinn in the Nightingale's Eye is a short story it's based off of. It is a collection of mythical short stories by a British novelist, so I don't think there's any indication that this... I don't know. I haven't read the story, obviously.
Are they talking about the Chosen One from Doctor Strange?
She did do that. That was the thing.
But they made her Celtic in that movie.
Yeah, the issue with that is that it is a character that hasn't...
Okay. Yeah. So I see what's happening here. Okay. I get it. This is one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't things, right? This is one of those things that if you make... Because... let's imagine an alternate universe where Doctor Strange had an Asian man play the Chosen One. What would the main complaints be? Oh, you have an Asian actor portraying an old wizened man that's a kung fu master again. This is a trope that has been done in film so many times. We've seen it in Kill Bill. We've seen it in all these other movies. We've seen it in Batman Begins, all this stuff like that. Okay, so we casted Tilda Swinton to play this Chosen One character, and we've changed the origins of it to make it so that she's playing a Celtic being and stuff like that. Well, you fucked up with that because you're doing erasure now at this point. So it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. I can see that happening. I don't know if that's technically not Orientalism. It's erasure, but it's not Orientalism, which is not good. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Let ScarJo hold the title of Orientalism.
Yeah,
right?
I think regardless of anything, if Tilda Swinton and Scarlett Johansson are fighting over it, Scarlett Johansson is winning by a mile.
Yeah, I would say that. Is it also because of Bong Joon-ho casting Tilda Swinton and like Okja and Snowpiercer?
I don't know.
It's a Korean man who made that decision.
I don't know enough about Snowpiercer to comment on it, to be honest.
I take Twitter with a grain of salt every time. Every time I see a tweet, every time I see a thing, I'm like, I can't. I don't know. I can't. I'm not an expert. I don't know. I'm not a scholar. I don't know. I'm tired.
Hey, do you want some breaking news that I found out by Googling Bong Joon-ho?
Yeah, give me some breaking news.
Bong Joon-ho's follow-up film to his Oscar-winning Parasite is getting quite the ensemble. Sources tell Deadline that Toni Collette and Mark Ruffalo, along with Naomi Ackie, are joining Robert Pattinson in Bong's next feature at Warner Brothers. The untitled film is based on the novel Mickey 7 by Edward Ashton. So there you go. There's some breaking news from my favorite source, Google.com. Hell yeah. Cool. Sick. I love that. Yeah, we got a new movie coming.
We got a new
We got a new movie coming based off of a book called Mickey 7. What is Mickey 7?
It's a sci-fi movie, and we got Naomi Ackie, black
Naomi
actress,
Ackie, Toni Collette,
who's amazing,
Robert
and Mark
Pattinson.
Ruffalo. America's favorite liberal Twitter daddy, Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo frustrates the hell out of me. I
Did you
blocked
really?
him on Twitter. I'm not gonna lie.
You blocked him on Twitter?
I blocked Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo and Patton Oswalt. Two people I agree with on a lot of things, but they fucking annoy the hell out of me on Twitter.
Mickey 7 is a man on an expedition to colonize the ice world Niflheim. What makes Mickey 7 unique is that he is basically an expendable employee that has been sent to do a job that is deemed too unsafe for a normal human. When he dies, he comes back as a clone with most of his memories intact. However, this story will tell what happens when Mickey 7 is presumed dead, but is still very much alive and finds out a new clone, Mickey 8, has taken his place.
Oh my god.
Bong will write, direct, and produce the currently untitled film for his production company, Offscreen, and Warner Brothers, Kate Street Picture Company, and Plan B will produce the project. So
hey, there you go. Two movies that are very exciting. What?
You know what this means?
What?
We're gonna get Robert Pattinson playing himself. We're gonna get Robert Pattinson playing opposite himself.
Good.
This is one of those things that are gonna happen, like the movie Legend with Tom Hardy, where he played twin brothers. Is gonna be where Ian McGregor played twin brothers on that season of Fargo, season 3 of Fargo.
Oh my god.
Moon? Y'all remember Moon with Sam Rockwell, where he played clones of himself?
I do not remember Moon, but now I'm interested. I do like Sam Rockwell.
You should watch Moon. You should watch Moon. Moon's really good. It's a really good movie. If anybody disagrees with that, then they are banned.
Naomi Ackie was in Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah. Naomi Ackie played Finn love interest. So,
right.
Y'all were complaining about how we did your boy dirty, so here, we gave Finn a love interest. Guess what?
They
it's
gave,
just a carbon copy of his character.
A new love interest.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm gonna be honest, I forgot about this whole part of the movie.
Yeah.
But I'm remembering it, and I did really enjoy her.
Remember when we found out that she might have been fucking Lando Calrissian's daughter?
Yes.
When Billy D was like, I've been to that part of the universe before.
I do.
And then you're like, Billy D. Williams, you're one smooth motherfucker. And he goes, that's right. And then he winks at the camera. You remember when Billy D. Williams was gonna play Harvey Dent? Well, he did play Harvey Dent.
He did play Harvey
Dent. Two-Face.
Yeah, and you were
just gonna play Two-Face.
Yeah.
And that got canceled.
All right. Are you ready to wrap this one up? I'm out of news. Do you have any more news?
I'm out of news.
All right.
Out of news, dude. I got no more news.
Cool.
I'm spent.
Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in this week for Carrying Comfort News. A lot of good news out of there. A lot of hot takes. This was a bit of a chaos episode. I don't know why. It's just one of those kind of days. I have a soda. I don't drink a lot of like regular soda. Maybe that's it. Maybe that just has me hyped up.
No game, K. We don't do games every week. We don't do that.
Yeah,
you want to watch a game, you can watch Tuesdays for Comfort Sickle or Wednesdays for Good Game Well Played. Or you can tune in on Thursdays and Fridays with our new programming that we have functioned where I'm going to play games on Friday and Zoe's going to play Stanley Parable on Thursdays.
Yeah, and we're gonna finally get to Evil Dead this Wednesday for Good Game Well Played.
Yeah, so tune in for that.
Excited.
There's plenty of games. Yeah, but we don't do games. This is a new show. We don't always do games. We sometimes do games.
We do games if we have a good idea. Like, when we first started, the idea was to have a game every week, but it's also... Kay, can I sidebar with you, Kay? Come here. It's really hard to come up with an idea every week for games.
It's really hard.
It's really hard. So we do games when we have a good idea.
I
know you like them. I'm glad you like them.
I'm glad you like them. I'm glad you like the games. I like the games.
I like doing the games, but it is hard. It is hard to come up with an idea every time.
It's so hard to be a content creator and make new content all the time for people.
But hey, you know what? If you have a good idea for a game you want us to play on here for the end of the show, hit me up. Yeah. It's not a guarantee we'll do it, but I'll listen.
Yeah. And I'll listen if you're a Patreon.
Smash or Pass Wrestlers. Boom.
Boom. Smash or Pass Wrestlers. Okay. I'll work on it. I'll make the wrestling Smash or Pass Wrestling.
I don't know if I want to play a Smash and Pass game for real people.
Oh, that's
Like,
right,
I
they
know
are
Doctor
real
Strange,
people.
like Benedict Cumberbatch, is a real person, but it was
But
also for fictional characters.
Stephen Strange
Yeah.
isn't a real person.
I don't know if I
though.
want to Smash and Pass real people.
Okay.
It gets weird.
Smash and pass the characters of Disney's dinosaurs.
There you go.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
I don't know.
Thanks,
We'll think of
Gay.
something.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to look at our check out our sponsors, Callow, Dice Envy, 1985 Games. Look at them, behold them, buy from them. Use code COMFORT at checkout for 10% off. Also, yes, thank you, Kay. Join the Patreon. Lots of exciting new things coming to the Patreon that we'll be launching soon. If you're already in the Patreon, you've gotten a sneak peek at it, and everyone else will be seeing it very, very soon. You can also subscribe to our YouTube, where everything will always live forever. We have some exciting things coming to that as well, so keep an eye out on all of that. And if I'm pretty sure everyone here is in the Discord already who is chatting, but if you happen to be watching this not talking and you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. It's a lot of fun, and you'll always be notified when we go live, and you can give us your ideas for games.
It's true.
Anything else? My name's Zoe. Again, you can find me at Toilet43 on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the social medias, and I'll be here Wednesday for Good Game Well Played, Thursday for Stanley Parable, and then I might, you know what? Saturday Late Night Comfort's taking off. I might do something. I got the stream keys. You might get a special surprise.
Yeah, you might get a special surprise.
You might get a
That's the
special.
thing.
Hey, my game was canceled for tomorrow. You might get a special surprise tomorrow. I'm crazy.
Yeah,
I might just fucking log on and stream some stuff.
You might just be doing it.
I might
We
just be
know, we
doing
might
it.
just be doing
You
it.
never know.
Everybody, the team got the login to all the stuff. We might just be doing some stuff that's not on the schedule.
Yeah.
You just have to stay tuned. How dumb would you
Maybe-
feel if you missed a Carry and Comfort Studios Twitch stream because you didn't have notifications
Yeah.
on?
Maybe I'll log in on an off day and make everyone watch me play 1,000-Year-Old Vampire by myself.
Ooh,
I don't know.
Look, that
I
might
can
be
do
fun.
whatever I
Look
want.
at that. That's TTRPG content,
Yeah.
which apparently we don't do around here or something. I don't know. I don't fucking know. We've never done TTRPG content around here that you can find on YouTube if you ever want to watch it. It's there. I see the view counts. I know who's watching. That's it for us here on Carrying Comfort News. Be sure to stay tuned for Comfort Sickle when you see Leslie plays the next episode of The Wolf Among Us. We're back on Wednesday for Evil Dead. Me and Zoe are going to be finally playing this game. Maybe Derek, potentially Derek, who knows? Maybe. I should probably ask if he wants to play. And then Thursday we got Stanley Parable with Zoe. And then Friday, you got no games with me because we're taking a break this Friday because we had, you know what you can do? You can go watch Kingdom Hearts Innocence of War on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can go tell your friends about it. Yeah, all that stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know,
that's-
since
hey,
I
that's-
shaved,
Mhm.
you can tell that my nose has been broken because now that
Oh,
I've
look
shaved.
at
I
that.
feel like my beard takes away from how big my nose is because
Uh-huh.
I've got like a big honker, and, you know, and then like but the beard kind of takes away from it. That's
Yeah,
fucking-
I've never noticed the shape of your nose before. It's interesting.
I got
like
the
it,
John
in a good
Krasinski
way.
nose over here.
No,
Oh my God.
don't sell yourself short.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, hey, there's some TTRPG news that you won't hear the mainstream media talking about. Kingdom Hearts Interstitial War, longest running actual play in Carrying Comfort Studios, reached a glorious finale, and you should go watch the whole goddamn thing. An anonymous source who wishes to be remained anonymous said, "I cried the whole time, and now I'm a Birkin mess."
Anonymous
It's me.
source.
It's me. I'm
That's-
the anonymous
okay.
source.
Not anonymous anymore. Fucking congratulate. Fucking you outed yourself on that one. Okay, I just would have.
All right. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Keep watching. Keep watching us play. This week, you know, it's Chaos Day. Everyone's really tired from wrapping Interstitial War. That's what I'm gonna say.
The more you watch, and the more you support us, guess what happens? The less tired I get. So I don't, you know, fucking help me, help me, help me. I need to be helped.
Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the news. Never forget, comfort.
Are we rating it?
Are we rating?
anybody?
Okay, hold on.
We gotta find
We're not done
out.
yet. Who's streaming?
It's the news.
Who's streaming?
Rakulai is doing Gundam building. T1J Kevin has just gone live.
Oh hell yeah!
He's doing his live stream.
Let's raid Kevin.
Let's raid
All right,
Kevin.
hey, stick
T1J.
around. Stick around and watch T1J.
Don't leave. Fucking yeah. Don't fucking leave.
Don't leave. But do remember, for me and for everyone's sake, never forget that comfort comes soon. Goodbye.
There we go. There we go.